In recognition of World Cancer Day, we're talking with OU Health about simple habits you can implement to help reduce your risk. And joining us now, Dr. Catherine Klump. Thank you so much for taking the time with us today.
Thank you so much, Adam, for having me.
So let's start with some of the biggest factors that can increase someone's risk for certain cancers.
Absolutely. So there are a lot of risk factors for cancer, but the good news is that several of those and some of the major ones are actually modifiable risk factors, meaning there are things we can change. So those are things like smoking cigarettes or tobacco use. We can avoid that and lower that risk. Alcohol consumption is another, as is having a higher body mass index or obesity. A few others are avoiding sun exposure that's not protected by sunscreen. And then also there are several cancers that are linked to vaccine preventable infections. Those would be things like hepatitis C and B being the one that's vaccine preventable, and the human papillomavirus associated with cervical cancer and head and neck cancers.
And I can hear those answers and see how you're kind of touching on the big ones there and relating that people have seen and heard of the most. Is there one thing Oklahomans can do every day to lower their risk, or maybe of some of the not as common situations there?
Absolutely. So some of the things you can do to lower your risk, and one of the big ones is, again, avoiding tobacco exposure, avoiding cigarette smoking. But some of the others that you can do to lower your cancer risk here in Oklahoma is getting sufficient physical activity, getting exercise, eating a healthy diet, and then those ones that we talked about, avoiding alcohol, and continuing to protect yourself with sunscreen.
So we know early screening is probably the most important thing that people can do early and often, right? That's the way that things can be saved. But what screening could save the most lives if more people got it?
So here in Oklahoma, we have one of the highest rates in the U.S. of lung cancer deaths. So screening for lung cancer, if you are in a category of people at higher risk, meaning having smoked cigarettes for more than 20 years, or a pack a day for about 20 years or the equivalent, and are between the ages of 50 and 80, that is one that we really need to increase our rates of screening for. And there's opportunities to do that. The other things, though, we want to see all of the screenings are important, because it's important that we are able to catch cancer early when it is treatable. Some of these screenings also double as prevention. So things like colon cancer screening with a colonoscopy or a pap smear for cervical cancer screening can be both prevention, meaning we can see something and take care of it right away before it becomes a problem, as well as screening.
With some of these screenings, there's a little bit of a stigma to them, especially for the guys out there. How do we get the fellas to get past that and get to their doctor and get these screenings done, just in case there's something going on, as you said, to get that early identification done so it's still treatable?
Absolutely. So the earlier that we are able to intervene, to see something, catch it early and treat it, then the better that our outcomes are going to be. And certainly, taking the initiative for your future health, for your current health, those are things that we want to see and to partner with you in order to protect your health.
You heard it here from Dr. Catherine Klump. We appreciate your time today for helping keep our people safe out there in Oklahoma.
Absolutely.